Good morning to everybody. Today I'm a academic counselor, Biswas. How are you? Today again MMPH007 with compensation and reverse management. So today we have to discuss the block number 3. Block number 3, there are 4 units. The unit number 7 is a job evaluation and internal equity. Unit number 8 is your pay structure. Unit number 9 is your external equity and pay service. Unit 10 is your institutional mechanisms for compensation. So these 4 units are contained to or pertaining to your block number 3. First, as usual, we have to clear the concept of the job evaluations and internal equity. So job evaluations basically to accumulate, to collect the data of the employees, the basic binding factor of the employee with the organizations in the compensation of recognitions. He gets for the contribution services and he renders to the companies, and the desired output or the goals of the enterprise. So he has given some of the work, and the output of the what he has done, considering the goal of the enterprise is based on this, we have to evaluate, and the salary, the compensations, what are the things are really appropriate or not. That is the part for the basically the evaluations. We all know that the salary or the wages in the prime compensation of the employees. So it is justified, basically to justify. So we should have some mechanisms for the evaluation of the things to reach a decision. Yes, that is the correct way and correct amount are rendered. The basic tenets of the Taylor's scientific management with respect to human resource management center around that is the right man for the right jobs. That's for the Taylor's saying the right person for the right job and right pay for the right jobs. Now another word is there are 2 things. One is the right man for the right jobs, first of all, and the secondly you have to see that is the right pay for the right job. Now see the definition. So now we are concerned about the definitions. The British Standard Institutions in 1969, they have some define the job evaluations. A generic term covering the method of the determining the relative equity rather of the jobs. So job evaluation is a systematic, basically the quantitative and the qualitative both considering things. It's a method, systematic method for determining the relative worth of a job in comparisons within and outside the organizations. Within the organizations, comparisons and other organizations also, some equality of the incomes. It helps to eliminate the wage inequalities and to establish the basics for the sound salary and the wage structure. So basically, the purpose behind of the job evaluation is to equate so that there should not be any injustice or inequality should not be there. The sound salary and wages structure to be established. So job evaluation consists of the following. Job evaluation is the process of your examining the content of a job, breaking it down into the tasks, functions, process, operations, and their limits. That is the your can say that is the content of the analysis, or you can say the components of the job analysis. If we see there, what are the components, what are the functions basically. So this is all the things are there, process within your operation and the events, tasks and the functions. Then job descriptions. So job descriptions of a job based on the job analysis. So job specification, the statement of the content of the job based on job description and the job grading also. Here actually I just would like to emphasize one of the things, like to highlight of the things. There are three things normally we come across with the job analysis, job description, job specifications. There are three things. So number one first is job analysis. You have to, this is the first priority to job analysis. Then after that, it is the byproduct, we can say the byproduct, when from the, we can prepare the job analysis, the job descriptions. So job is until and unless you finish up the job analysis part, you cannot do it the job descriptions. And job specification also is a statement, basically statement. Again, you have to take the inputs from the job analysis. So that things, so it is all are interrelated. Grading, basically the ranking. The job ranking is that for the analysis purposes. Manager, supervisor, worker, different grading. Even within the manager also, there are so many gradings, level wise. Then your grouping jobs according to their work basically as a team. The job has been defined, and there are like 5 persons are working. Job assessment. The description of a monetary value on the basis of the job, that is a job assessment, you can see, where the monetary value are to be assessed. Or it is a describe the things, if you, this type of jobs, this much money is involved, this is the monetary value based on the jobs. Or we can say the amount, salary amount as such. Now, job coalition and internal equity, again, we have to see there are the equities to creep in due to a number of reasons in our organizations, namely favoritisms by the supervisor and the manager. What are the reasons? One of the reasons is favoritisms. Then the pressures from the employee group unions, because some of the time the union is also pressurized. This much pay package should be there, this the salary should be there. So that type of pressure is supposed. Again, another issue is this is basically the scarcity of the skills, because you cannot give a enough pay, but value, monetary value are not justified because the skill, depending on the skills, because now everywhere the scarcity of the skills cannot give a good packages. Unsystematic approaches to the pay structures, because at the time of doing the preparation of the pay structures, by not taking any scientific way, systematic way, haphazardly it may happen or prepare. So then it will be an unsystematic approach. So your approach should be systematic. So what is the primary objectives for the job evaluations? Primary objectives is to establish the wage level of a plant, then your relative wages level, new jobs to their proper relative parity with the existing jobs, to facilitate the wage negotiations. These all are the primary objectives. Now the secondary objectives is basically to determine the qualities for the new jobs, for the employee selections. Then the criteria for the merit and rating of the promotions that has to be determined. Analysis the wage rates, what are the rates have been fixed, that has to be analyzed. Find the scope of the automation and the improvement, because secondary objectives where should be everything, because innovations and the creations are for the automation purposes and the promotion, that also to be determined and to keep in mind also. Then train the new supervisors. What are the new supervisors are coming and joining? How much uh, in terms of money, how much money has to be allocated for the training purposes? Improve the working conditions as better compensations in lieu of that, because where they are working, their atmosphere and the surroundings has to be improved, from the water, from the pure water, drinking water, the amenities, what are the environment, AC environment, everything has to be where the things are required for the human, for getting the maximum output from the human, so that their productivity can be increased. So that part has to be considered. Now, some of the methods and the systems of the evaluations. One is the conventional method, that the variety of job evaluation systems are in use, and all of them are modifications of four basic systems. One is a non-quantitative, ranking methods. In this non-quantitative ranking methods, classification method, and then another is your quantitative methods. Earlier it was non-quantitative, now it is a quantitative. Quantitative method, there are some point rating method, another is a factor comparison method. Here actually I am just touch upon what are the methods are there. So it may come as a short note, it may come as a broad question also. So you have to elaborate it. Then innovative and non-conventional methods. Now ranking, what are the final ranking jobs is based on the average ranking of all numbers in the time rank. What are the advantages for these ranking jobs? That is, it is simplest of all the procedures, because it is a very simple process, less time consuming, and it leaves more room for unions to bargain the disadvantages. So sometimes it leaves more room for the union and the bargain. So there you can get more space to discuss for the betterment. What are the disadvantages? Disadvantages are sometimes it is equal differentials are assessed to adjacent ranks. So that's why sometimes it may create a problem, because you cannot justify the exactly the rank differences are very less. So apparently it looks the same package, same rules. So that part is a very disadvantage. None of the committee member is likely to be familiar with these all jobs. Another things, sometimes the committee member, those who are finalizing the things, they are not familiar with these jobs. Because of that, maybe the finalization of the ranking jobs sometimes it may not be corrected, maybe wrong things can be mentioned there. Because the committee members are not aware of all the jobs, not familiar. So this is a part of your disadvantage sides. Now let's see the point rating method. So point rating method, what are the advantages of these things? So it is the most sophisticated systems, point ratings. 5-point grade, 3-point ratings. So points are basically or 10 grading like this. So all the outcomes is in hard fact numbers. So whatever the outcomes and numbers are accurate and means it will be clear things are there. So this is all this is the advantage part. As you know, any method there will be some disadvantage will be there. So there is also some disadvantages. So it is time consuming and satisfying benchmark jobs for the degrees are required to be put forth for rating effectively. So that is the your disadvantage side. Now coming to job analysis and the job descriptions. The process, the job analysis is a process which results in establishing the component of a job and ascertaining the human qualifications necessary for its successful performance. So basically we try to establish the job has been, what are the assigned the job, and that is a human, as per their human qualities necessary or not, and he is performing successfully or not. That is the main idea. For that, see the accuracy should be there. What is doing of the job facts, when the data obtained through the job analysis, because this process is there, survey process. So through the job analysis, that should be recorded. What are the data are obtained, should be recorded, and this is normally we are calling it the data analysis sheet. Data analysis sheet will be there. There may be the Excel sheet, or there may be something name wise, date of birth, and when they have joined, how much experience, what is the qualification of this, earlier what year, where he has worked. So everything are to be tabulated and recorded there. And during the last year, what he has done, what the job has been assigned, and he has performed or not, how much he has target he has fulfilled or not, what is the less, why the reason behind it. So everything are to be recorded. I'm just giving an example for the manpower data from the HR point of view. There are so many other aspects also there for the job analysis sheets. Those are in the marketing, maybe the field or customer viewpoint to be taken care. A lot of things. Some special format will be there, analysis format. So it is depending on the nature of the job, or other factors related to the physical skills, the managerial skills, everything are to be recorded. And time to time, what type of decision he has taken, responsibility has been fulfilled or not, planning for these things, everything, especially for the supervisor levels and the manager levels. So format, it may be 2 or 3 formats, may not be one format. Workers' purposes, job evaluation, maybe the different type of things. Those who are highly hardcore technical parts, maybe their different type of format will be there, because the data will be changes. So the same format may not be applicable. So job description is the designation. A designation by itself does not give a clear idea as to what is involved in the job. Suppose the post is there for marketing manager, Sometimes it is not clear actually exactly what. So it should be some description should be there. Responsibilities, tasks, what are the things are should be derived. This is the thing, this is the things. So job should be maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everything are the what are the tasks or jobs are. So that should be some description should be there. And what are the expectations from the management side? So in which it is carried out. So everything are uh, you can see the description basically like this. So it is essential that the jobs are described accurately in order that anyone using the job description can get a clear idea or definite pictures of the work involved. So a picture should be clear. Okay, this is the work to be done. As a manager, this is the expectations from the company, and this is the job has been defined. So description should be there. Now the actually job description for the various purposes such as selection of the employees, training purposes, prevention of the accidents, job evaluation. So different description will be there. For the training purposes, what are the descriptions? So we have to uh, purposes will be different. Job description is a further described description of job based on the job analysis sheets and essentially contains that is identification of the data, then summary of job, work performed, then the responsibilities of the tools, equipment, materials, reports, and the records, work of other and the results, then work environment, yeah, for the health hazards. So different format should be there, different sheets will be there. These all these sheets, when these come summarized or compiled, then you can see it's completely the job analysis. And where the description is also involved. Required qualities, what type of qualities is required, criteria we can see. Then linking with the wage fixations. The major steps involved in this area that's the verifying the company wages card, right? Basically, the company wages card, what should be? Then job classifications and pricing of the jobs. For this job, this much amount or money is involved. The pricing has to be fixed. Then implementing the job evaluations, because when you have analysis, the part is over, description is over, then your specification is also over. Now we have to implement the things. The idea of carrying out the job evaluation work mostly comes from either the top management levels or the members of the senior management, because they have to give us some initiatives. Idea should come from the top. The initiations, they have to give some motivation, involvement is required from the top management. Because implementing issue is always everywhere it is there. We have a different good policies, we have a good plan, and we have a design is very good. So much effort is given. There's no problem is there. But if the implementation procedure is wrong, or during the implementations, involvement of the top managements and the top managers are not involved, then there will be a chance of failure of the project or failure of the work at 100%, because chances will be more. So that's why during the implementation process, not only the job operations, any things, management's involvement is very much needed. Often it is the personal manager who takes the initiatives, because most of the times personal manager initiatives are very much because you're putting the idea across the considerations of management. After the idea is accepted by the top management, and the employee representatives, there are basically three alternatives open for getting the job done. Because how to implement this? How the alternatives are basically on the company employees, then through the consultants, or jointly carried out by the company employees and the consultant. There are three options are given, alternatives. One, implementing by the company itself, because the employees are defined, interested, and they are giving the responsibilities to do it. They can awareness or whatever it is, train, and then they can do it. That is one of the process for implementing the things. Another thing is by the consultant. You can appoint some of the consultant. They are expert on these issues, this part. They can implement the things. Because earlier they have done so many places, so they have the expert. Our third option is jointly carried out with the company employees and the consultants. Some of the experts who are a little bit intelligent and know the things, know how is there. Along with the consultant, they can perform the things. So it is one of the third option is very good, because once the consultant's terms and conditions is completed, because it's the agreement time, maybe 1 year or 2 years, you are appointed some of the consultant for do these jobs. Once they go out, leave this job to the organizations. So that's why it is required. Some of the employees initially they should involve with these jobs with the consultant. Then it will be better, because they can already easily they can take over the jobs from the consultant, and they can run the systems and implement the things very smooth way. Or maybe there will be for the forthcoming new projects, new type of work, they need not to appoint any further any consultants. So this is the way the options are given. Now implementing the job evolution, this again the interests of the management and the unions, because any implementations, first things you have to involve with the management as well as the union also, because they have to take some interest, and you will be tied up and over their difficulties at the stages of the implementations. So in spite of work prior of the preparations of the report and advantage planning for these implementations, so problems of various kinds of comes up, because still during the process of implementations, you cannot 100% avoid the problems. Problems will be there. So these problems can be dealt with keeping in mind of the limits set by the job evaluation systems. So we have to set some of the formulas or some of the guidelines, basically the things, limitations. From there you can sort it out the things. So you have to keep in mind some of the expected problems likely to be. So and how to cope up these situations for a contingency plan, or some limitations where you have to compromise the things. So that part is also a part of your job evaluation systems. Now the pay structures. So various methods of the compensation have been evolved over a period of time to give the satisfy of the employees. Various components are there. That is to make the pay package. Idea is to retain and motivate the employees, because structure should be in such a way so that the employees should be happy, they should motivate and try to stay in these organizations at least 4 to 5 years. So thus management pay package remains the important element of the human resource management. So it needs to be evolved carefully to provide for meaningful wage differentials and salary progressions. Organizations are searching for the means to find the innovative approaches to make pay package the performance oriented and attractive, because most of the production oriented company, product manufacturers companies, automobile sectors and other the power sectors and other some sectors are there where the incentives are given based on the performance. Very attractive incentives are there. Apart from the salary, basic and the French benefits, the incentives are very good. It is a product and the profit linking and the performance linking as such. So wage payment method made to labor is generally referred to as wages. So what are the payment you are giving to the labor? So we can say this is the wages. So it can be time rated because 8 hours will do the work and this much amount. This is the way you can fix it. Or piece rated. Maybe you can say okay, daily 10 pieces of particular this component they have to finish it up, especially in the assembly shops where the assembly shops are there, that is all in the piece rates because workers are ad hoc basis or even you have to target the fix daily 8 to 10 pieces. You have to finish the things, and then those who are painting the things, particular component or in the assemblies, there are so many. So you have to assign the jobs in such a way that this is the rate can be fixed accordingly. Or it can be rate per hour also because per hour basis you can get it. Sometimes the per day basis, per week, weekly you can pay the things in the labors in the site. You can see those are mentions or other labor class. They are some weekly basis they are giving the payment. Every weekend, the Friday evening, maybe the supervisor or manager they are giving their salaries, whatever the things. So this is the way you can fix it per month or sometimes the annual packages. So in the price related systems, it can be completion of job tasks and the wages fixed for per unit of per messages. So completion of the job is important and this is fixed as per the wages. So concept of the salary or money paid periodically to the persons whose output cannot easily be measured, such as for example the clerical staffs. You cannot exactly measure the output, the outputs. Those are in the productions and the assembly shops. You can measure it because how much pieces or how much work they have done. Some mechanisms you can put and you can count it qualitatively or quantitatively also you can count it. Quantity wise, not quality wise also. But in the case of clerical staff, those are in the clerical staff is very difficult. Even in the supervisory and the managerial staff also, sometimes you don't know. Maybe one day he is doing a full stream, he has got other day, maybe he has not relaxed or maybe that much effort he has not given. So some variations is there, exactly clear cut assumptions very difficult. Living wages is the concept of the for our constitutions and the state will make effort to attain it because some minimum amount are to be given so that he can live. Need-based mechanism, minimum wages, the concept of the nominal. Actually, this part already in the earlier block we have discussed. Here actually just is a touch upon the wages and salaries. I think it is in details in the block number 2. There already detailing is there. Real wages is the money which is discounted by cost of living index to denote the purchasing power of the wages. So how much purchasing power in the market value wise, so that you can cope up the daily routine expenses, plus you can cope up the inflations of the economic conditions. So if it is the money is sufficient to cope up this, so we can say it is a yes, it's a real wage, real salaries. Now the differentials in basic wages. Normally the based on a set some of the criteria that the Fair Wages Committee suggested that the degree of skill should be there, the strain of work, experience involved, training required, and the responsibilities undertaken. So all these things are your part of differentials in the basic wages. Mental and physical requirements, then the disagreeableness of the drugs, hazard on the work, because if something hazard is there, then you cannot expect the good jobs. Fatigue involved the basic wages is generally practiced through scale of pay. An employee draws his basic pay in a range provided in the scales. So this much things there. Now the payment by result incentive payment. Payment by result, in short, is a PBR, refers to a method which provides the direct linking of workers' earning to a measure of their performance. Incentives can be financial or non-financial, and both type of their role under certain conditions. So the three categories are classified in the three categories. The PBR systems, basically the payment by result systems. So number one category, that is the individual performance. Two is your group performance, and third is the enterprise performance. So individual PBR is the purpose is to have level of performance, but where you can see the some extra effort over the standard. What are the standards as given? Maybe some extra effort is there, so remuneration will be accordingly to be extra. Some of the well-known systems are the price-rated systems. You can, that is a good system. The other way you can see, because the price has been fixed. If you do it better, you can get this price. Premium bonus systems, standard hours, and measured work day plan or work improvement systems. Everything nowadays you see, those are the workers or supply, basically the Zomato, Amazon, Flipkarts. The persons are working there, especially in the field work, delivery boys. They are all are basically the functional basis, means price set systems. So this much packet you have to deliver. So this is the amount we give you. If you have some extra you to do as a bonus or as a premium, you can get it. So this type of tie-up is there. Group payment by the result systems, where the jobs are interdependent. As a group, with the group basis, you can do it. So performance separately, and where the group pressures influences the output of the members of the group. Enterprise level schemes. These schemes emphasize gain sharing the arising through the redirections in labor and other costs. So here the sharing This is like the sharing things. Managerial incentives plans, basically managerial employees get the following types and additional incentives. For example, percentage of profit they are giving, some sort of commissions, and your shares maybe based on the annual, based on this corporation's performance. What are the companies, two or three or five shares you can get it. So that is the some sort of your incentives plans for the managerial categories. Bonus in cash or can discount coupons, maybe you'll get some coupons or maybe the paid holidays and the as incentives you go and the resorts are there in the holiday home free of cost. You can go there. Even in the travel, food, accommodations are provided by the company. So this is the way the incentives are given. That is under the following the managerial incentive plan. Now payment of the bonus, that is one of the important issues of bonus. And the 1965 is ensures that the payment of the bonus every year the bonus should be there. The range is from 7.33% to 20% maximum. Minimum is 7.33. And now it is sometimes it is enhanced, minimum is 8.33. But earlier 1965 it is established the minimum bonus should be at least 7.3. But most of the cases 8.3 they are given 1% extra. And those are profitable companies maybe 10%, 15%, but maximum limit is 20%. So the ceiling is 30%. The bonus either in discretion, some of the company not declare as a bonus, they are declaring as a gratia extra some of the profits portions, or as a reward, some cash award, something fixed 5,000 or 10,000 amount, different rank or level wise, they are fixed as a reward. So I can say the bonus basically as an integrated part of the pay package. So when initially any employee is joining, so any induction program, the orientation program, it has been announced by the personal manager to the new trainees or new employees. This is the package, this is the salary, you get this amount, French benefit, whatever it is, tyndall amount. Apart from then bonus, they have to describe the bonus also, or maybe in the terms and conditions at the time of joining, the agreement sheet. It is also written there. Allowances, successive wages settlement is also part of your integrated part of the pay package. Allowances, it may be lunch allowances, it may be a petrol allowance, maybe car allowance, washing allowance, maybe. Fringe benefits, basically generally the objects of the offering the fringe benefits to the employees to attract and retain the motivations. Fringe benefits basically is lucrative. People are thinking, okay, I'll get some LTC, I can go my hometown every year, or maybe some education allowances. If my son is 60% above marks, so then company will give you some of the extra. This is the tuition fees. So there are some of the specific objectives are related to the nature of the each benefits. Now, competitive age. During this systems, everybody are hoping the job hoping is very frequent. the organizations are realizing the need for the sensitive to pay the French benefit, because most of the companies now they are thinking, no, our manpower should be, our employees should be happy. That is the first priority. Uh, they are giving some flexible type of times. Okay, you can come 8 a.m. and after 2 p.m. you can work. Or some of the batch wise, maybe 10 a.m. you can come and you can work to 5 p.m. Or flexible means some of the hybrid systems, which you can work from home, or twice in a day you can come, twice in a week you can come to the office. You can do it here also, or you take it the job in the home, fulfill the target. So this is the way the, the competitive natures of work is always realizing by the company. So traditional systems has now break down, especially for the after the pro-corona, post-corona, COVID, and basically the post-COVID, we have understand and realize that from the human resource area to be strengthened, more care is required, wellness, health-wise, everything are very much needed. So the things are wide, I mean, widespread acceptance among the managerial employees. So proper wage differentials are established and maintained within the organizations. So differentials should not be beyond the limit. Internal equity to be maintained. If we reduce the differentials, so definitely it will be in a equilibrium conditions. The state of mind will be same, and rule are to be maintained. Salary, wages, administration can be rightly functions. So also known as the determining the going rate. Ideally, the wage system should be so devised as to increase and the productive effort of the employee or more productive in general. Now there are basically, as we know, the salary of pay, there are three components. One is your basic salary, DA, CCA, your city allowance, compensatory city allowance, and the parks. Parks may be education allowances, or maybe your car maintenance allowances, HRA, house rent allowance. And third is your incentives, bonus. It's totally by the linked performance and the profit. While discussing about the determining the pay and related issues, the aspects like the living wages, minimum wages, fair, it should be well understood. Now, the Taylor has said that the fair pay for fair work, the scientific management systems, the principle is there. She says the fair pay for the fair work. Fair day's work, which is expected and determined by the scientific and the systematic approaches of the work study. When the output expected from an employee is estimated and the norms of output are determined. Then according to fair pay, which is expected to compensate the adequately to attract the retain. Then influence, organization influenced by the market forces and the productivity of the workforce. Another thing is the need of the employees, as you see. That is some of the prerequisite systems are there. First, what are the rates prevailing that have to see competitive basis? Then uh, it is difficult to get the retain efficient workflow because if we not in a competitive salary structures or wage sectors, then you will not get the good persons. So your wage package should be such a way so that it should attract the others and try to be retained in the company. So that's why uh, to get the retained efficient workforce is very important. Prerequisites before the pay survey, because pay survey is required, then only you can make a pay structure. What are the prerequisites? That is your information to be shown, then your job accounts, which information should be sought out, the units which should be approached to furnish the desired information. Now, some type of external equity. Let's see. Is the comprehension of the both infra and the industrial periods. There are three main types of pay. That is the informal, external, and the commissions. So three type of pay service are there. Informal service basically the personal contacts. You have to contact with the persons and take their viewpoints and gather the data, specific data. And local companies or within the companies, particular industry. So this is the way you have to gather. Then through this personal contact, that is informal survey. Now external survey is basically you have to take some annual 5 to 10 years groups where you can take the viewpoints and especially for the professional bodies, their viewpoints, and you can take some of the people, the consultants and their activities. So all this you have to gather. And thirdly, you can say the publish the your employment agencies. So career registered, all these things are your part of the external survey. Then your some methods are there. Three methods for one by the job title, the job descriptions, and the job evaluations. External survey. For the external survey, you have to set up some of the methods. Then job title methods. That is basically the title should be there, and collecting the information, pay details for similar job titles in the other companies. So you have to collect the data. That is one of the methods. Then public policy and legislative frameworks. There you see the some unilaterally by the employers, and the collective bargaining between the employer and employee associations. This data also you have to collect. Pay commission for the civil services and the wage boards, the select industries. Then if any adjudications or some of the judicial systems, the third party where the wage disputes are there remain unsolved, that part also you have to see, negotiation and the counselings. So it is some sort of all are mechanisms, different ways or methods you can see. Now collective bargaining, again here it is a process. So standards are created to govern by the labor regulations, that is as wages and the working conditions. Here actually ILO, as you know the ILO, the conventions as per the 87 and 89, they have established some of the things. The right of the workers. Right of the workers to the organizations are important. Bargain collectively. In India, the union density is about 6% of the labor force in the country. So nearly two-thirds of the government and the quasi-governmental organizations, including defense, are not covered by the collective bargaining. Actually, I want to say that collective bargaining especially required to focus on the standards because some ILO has given some of the standards. Aligned with these things, every country, state have another standards, but it should not be diluted or disobey the ILO conventions, what they are written, especially for the right of the workers to be maintained and creating some things. Pay commissions, as you know, the central government employees, some pay commission, the recommendation is there, pay commission, the commissions are recommending. And finally, it is a set up their own way, the commissions. And during the last 50 years, the government in India has set up 5 pay commissions. Maybe I think 6 and 7 pay also already in the pipelines. The recommendation of the 5th pay commissions, which submitted in report of 1987, as accepted by the government and currently in force. Because you see here the process, what the way the things, first things, pay commissions, recommendations is required, the recommendation has to be put up, the central government will see, finally it will be published, accepted by the government and in force. So pay commission also cover up the range of the public sector also, because those are governed by the government company, governments. They are also same thing, applicable. But there is some slightly difference because the central DA patterns is there, and for the public sector there are industrial patterns. Only the DA patterns is really different. So labor accommodations, setting up the wage board is also there. They are determining the wages. The wage board, this is basically triparty competitions where the government is also involved, company is also involved, and the law abide by the law also. So all these things are involved. To Fair Wages Committee, what are the wage board schemes? Then industry come regional basis. All this government has constituted, set up by the single industry based. Wage board, formation of the wage board basically is a triparty. The chairman will be there, one chairman. Then equal number of representatives from the employers and employees. 2 members each. The criteria is there. 2 number independent members also should be there. The independent members may be economists, maybe consumers representative, like this. It should be nominated in the board. The chairman shall be appointed by the appointed government in consultation with the Chief Justice of High Court concerned or the Supreme Court of India, as the case may be. Accordingly, the chairman has to be fixed. Basically, function is to employ the activity, which is the wage related to determine the things, payables to the employees. That activity are the function are to be seen by the wage board. So I think some procedures are given. Now dispute between basically here the main things, the dispute between the labor and the management, the cases may be decided through the voluntary arbitrations or the compulsory adjudications. This is the pay commission and the wage board report. If during the work some problem is there, that part will be sorted by the labor. Now I have to discuss some of the questions here in Unit 7. The type of questions, the internal equity, how it is relevant, then job evaluations, question may come, then your time span of the directions, and job assessment and your point rating method, then what you understand by the concept of the wages, DNS allowance and the integral part of the packages, define and differentiate the bonus and the fringe benefits, these type of questions. And this is the area you have to prepare. Industrial hazard, what are the things? I give you example also. Then your what is the wage survey? The primary and secondary survey as I discussed. Then pay fixations, what are the wage surveys there? How to conduct the things, conducting survey. Comparison of the two different industrial systems. Then are you justified or not? This type of questions are coming from the various units. Mention various prerequisites and consideration of the wage survey. What are the prerequisites and the considerations are there in the wage survey? That part will be. Then what are the difference between pay commission and the wage board? What the way it is found, pay commission and the wage board? Define the things and what are the differences? Discuss the interest issues of the different educated. Discuss the relative merits and demerits of the method of the wage determinations, the advantage and disadvantage. And discuss whether and why the collective bargaining is superior to other methods of the wage determinations. As I said, the collective bargaining where all the parties are sitting together and take the viewpoints well taken by all the data, I mean the views and ideas, innovatives, and take some of the alternatives, best alternatives can be taken up. So, basically the waste related matters. So when the all pockets, areas, representatives should be there. So then accordingly you can finish. So I think so block number 3 we have completed all the units 7, 8, 9, 10. So okay, thank you very much. Thank you.